Legal Aid in St. Cloud was started back in 1976 when attorneys in private practice came together along with some community members because they saw a need for low-income people to have access to representation. Much of the work was done by volunteer lawyers at the time, but shortly thereafter there was an opportunity to get federal funding for legal aid here in St. Cloud and elsewhere. And as a result, the St. Cloud office, an office in Little Falls, an office in Minneapolis, and an office in Willmar joined together to become one program. One of the things that I'm most proud of this office about is our close connection to the community, to neighborhoods, to people, but also to other organizations. And as a result, we've developed a number of what I think are really effective partnerships that in some ways brings our services to the people where they need it most.
Legal Aid Project Care, we have been doing this work for over a decade. Clients come to us who either don't have health insurance, have lost their health insurance from they're no longer working, so they've lost their employee-sponsored health insurance. So we help them navigate through the MNsure marketplace, making sure that they're on the right programs, paperwork is filled out correctly. If there's any changes, we report those changes to the agencies that require those changes. I think what makes us unique is we are the only team of MNsure navigators that actually work in a law firm. That is really important is because we do have situations where people need to appeal their cases. And so we have a whole range of office people, lawyers, and other paralegals who help us so that we're able to navigate through the whole system for our clients. And that is something that I don't believe any other organization has except for Legal Aid.
The Medical Legal Partnership is a partnership between CentraCare and Mid-Minnesota Legal Aid. We have 3 different partnerships, one here at the CentraCare Family Health Center, one that's called our Rural Partnership, which actually is 4 different clinics in Long Prairie, Melrose, Painesville, and Sauk Center, and then our newest one, which is the Pediatric MLP, which is with the Pediatric Clinic at the Plaza and also the Child Advocacy Center. Medical legal partnerships are a very unique way to approach primary care. It's fairly innovative, and in fact, we were awarded in 2018 with an Innovation Award from the Greater St. Cloud Development Corporation for this work.
The evidence is pretty clear that about 60% of a person's health factors are more related to social determinants than really what their physician can do for them. Those people who have been involved in our medical legal partnership over time have had decreased healthcare costs primarily because they don't end up going to the emergency room as often.
We know that our communities of color experience disparities in healthcare, in access to housing, access to education, accumulation of wealth. So our partnership with CentraCare is racial equity work. It helps us advance equity for all of those that are being left behind.
Legal Aid ends up becoming part of the domestic violence partnership because when we put the data together to learn how survivors were interacting with criminal and civil justice, we found that in other states there were actually law firms in the shelters, in the places where survivors would go for protection. When we saw that, we thought we could actually do that in a community engagement piece here. So at that point in the domestic violence partnership systemic change, we reached out to Legal Aid to come to the table. And candidly, it transformed every portion of the relationship that we have with survivors. What Legal Aid can do that people in public practice can't is get to people where they really are without fear of consequences. When people are interacting with cops and prosecutors, I think there's commonly that in the back of their mind, what's really going on, what's really going to happen with this information. Legal Aid is accurate, they know what they're doing, they do this every day, they deal with real people in real situations, and we can trust that they're there to help, and only help. There's no strings attached.
Legal Aid is important for our St. Cloud community because we help people access justice in ways that they wouldn't be able to access before. Sometimes people are experiencing legal issues that they don't even know are legal issues, but when they come talk to Legal Aid, they unpack all of the issues that they're having, and we're actually able to address some of those and help them have better lives.
You know, I started this work a long time ago, and I remember telling my mother, I can't believe I have a job where every day I want to go to work. And I just can't imagine a better job than getting to use my skills in a way that helps people have better lives.